that says, having placed this much indictments on your own constituency, the politician, even if you went beyond that to indict a section of the judiciary, the bar, and you extricated the bench, that's quite commendable. I'm going to ask, going forward, seeing all that the system has done to at least upgrade at every consistently and on an incremental note, what should the politician of today be looking forward to? What can we do? Most of what you've cited points to the politician doing everything he can to manipulate the system, and that doesn't seem to have done well to our system, our establishment, our economy. What should the politician be looking forward to? What should we expect from progressive politicians who would want things to work?
He who is doing wrong does not accept that he's doing wrong unless there is the grace of God. It's not like the politician does not know that he's wrong. He knows. But there is desperation. If we can cure desperation for office, and I mean desperation for office, if we can really cure that, we'll go a long way. We must address youth. This is linked to the youths. Why are you carrying a dagger for somebody who wants to be governor, who wants to be senator, who wants to be a rep, who wants to be a House of Assemblyman or a local government chairman? Why would you want to do that? How much would he pay you? And for how long would that sustain you? Why don't you just go in, vote, and go home? We cannot be talking of eliminating criminality when you are arming the young ones. So the first thing the politicians, we bend over backward to do. I say bend over backward because it's like undo yourself. First thing they must bend over backward to do is to stop arming the young ones. You must stop arming the young ones. Because after the elections, these are the same ones who use those same arms to rob, to kidnap, and to carry out other such crimes. And because there are so many in the system now, no true investor wants to come. And the thing bounces back to the politician. No investor is coming, so there are no jobs. Investors are not coming because of insecurity. This insecurity can be linked to your boys, whom you armed and cannot disarm. And so there's pressure on you. So the little you earn as a politician must be shared. And because it is not enough, you must dip your hand in the till. You must dip your hands into the government treasury to sustain yourself in power. Because the boys you have armed are watching you very closely. And so you will steal. You will embezzle. You will be fraudulent to sustain a lifestyle that you created for yourself. There are politicians who have no confidence in themselves unless they have thugs around themselves. That is most unfortunate. And I mean really most unfortunate. You cannot walk freely. You need bouncers around you to bounce people that voted you in, supposedly, so that you cannot reach the people who voted you in, except to occasionally send palliatives to them. I don't mean the government palliatives, just stipends to them. Is that how the economy will improve? Is that how the society will improve? Is that how you encourage people to come and invest in agriculture? To come and invest in production activities? No. I want politicians to know that what we do in desperation to win elections will not bring progress to the society. But it takes guts. It takes guts to say, enough is enough. I'm no more doing it. That's what I pray for. Let that guts come. Let God send the guts to the politicians to say, enough is enough. Let us go into these elections. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. There is always another day. You want to serve the society, there are many ways of serving the people. There are those who are not in office today, who have never contested elections, but when they walk into any community, they are respected. In Urobo land, for example, before Michael Ibru died, he was never a governor, he was never anything. There was nowhere Michael Ibru would walk into that people would not want to just go and see his face. Oh, that is Michael Ibru. You are just happy that you have seen Michael Ibru. He was not a governor, he was not a president or senator, but he was respected by his people because of the things he did before he died. Till today, I still respect Michael Ibru. There are others like that. I respect Fred Brube, not because he was a senator, but because of what he did in DSE. Of all the mill factories, steel factories that we established in Nigeria, it was DSE that produced. Forget that it was killed by politics. There are ways you save your people and they respect you. I will respect Brume more than any governor. I will respect Michael Ibru more than any president because of who they were, because of what they did for their people, because of the love they had for their people. Each time they were around, everybody wanted to see them, not because they would give them money, no, just to identify with them. That's my advice to politicians. These temporary positions that we hold should not get into our heads, must not get into our heads. Ekiti State, they just did the election. APC won all the chairmanship seats. When Delta will do it, PDP will win all the seats. Even the Labour Party that won presidential election in Delta State, you will see them at the local government election. Why now? I should throw that question back to you. Where are the obedience? They will not win anything. We must change. We must change. There are popular persons that the people love. There are those who have been working for them at the grassroots. Okay, Mama, you don't get money for granite. This is planting season. Go and plant this granite. Don't give me back the money. I give you a small basket of granite. That's in my community well. We are granite farmers. Please, I'll give you this one. Go and farm. Don't bring back the money. The women love such people. Those are the things they love in the world. Not the once a year, or once in 3 years, or once in 4 years that you come to campaign. The deity in the forest has its own food that it eats. It's not the once a year sacrifice that the deity feeds on. Or you think God has no food? Is the harvest you do, one annual harvest that God eats? That's not his food. The people in my community have what they do for a living. And anybody who contributes to what the woman does for a living is your love. Not people in Asaba, not people in Abuja. They don't see them. They don't, those ones come once in a while. Now, the time for election comes, say, this boy, that's the one who always comes during farming season to help us. He will go. The results come, the boy scored 0. Meaning he didn't even vote for himself. So we overdo these things sometimes. And we should call ourselves to order. But like I said, it is very, very difficult. Because once you sink into sin, it takes the grace of God to get you out. And once you get into it, you are seeing a lot of things. Is this what is there? Is this what is there? Is this what, as you are seeing it, as you are seeing, you are going deeper and deeper down. You need the hand of God to pull you out of it. Let the people decide. Yes, power to the people. I'm not saying because I'm PDP here. When I say actually power belongs to the people, that is democracy. Let the people decide who should be their governor. Let them decide who should be their local government chairman. Whoever becomes local government chairman is under the governor. Whether it's from Labour Party, it's from PDP, from APC. So why are you bothered? It's like a vice chancellor bothering who will become student union president. What? VC coming down to this level? This boy or girl, for God's sake, is your student. There are regulations for handling misbehavior by students. You are chairman of Senate. You are in charge of the discipline of students. If a young man or young girl says because he's president of student union, he comes to the lecture room and locks the lecturer and students inside, that student has run away from the university because he's expired. So why are you afraid of who becomes student union president? Why are you scared? When you are in charge. Okay? So you say, okay, you're a member of House of Assembly, and you just go there, rubber stamp, House of Assembly. Is that what we sent you there for? But you must be rubber stamp because of how you got there. The society suffers for it. When you leave the House of Assembly, you will come back and start complaining. Now, what is happening? But you were there. You didn't do anything. Because you felt the thing is wired to run this way. Politics is not wired to run that way. Politics is about the people. Think of the people. Work for the people. That is just how I look at it.
We are active in the Second Republic. Most of this problem arise from recruitment and the processes of politics. It's not just the election. It's about the people and representation. In the First and Second Republic, politicians are known for class, integrity, and reputation. The process was equally integrated, but these same processes are still being fixed and organized by politicians. It's almost becoming easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle than for people to actually get the process right, because the same politicians are interested in the process.
Which process?
The entire political system, establishment, recruitment, and for instance, the politician decides how INEC is organized. The politician decide how elections are conducted, and none of these people would come up with any rule or policies that will be injurious to them. Is it difficult? Is it impossible to still get the kind of integrity we had in the politicians?
Even now, we do not lack in laws. We do not lack in laws. We do not lack in regulations. We don't lack. Look at the Electoral Act. Perfect document. It's a perfect document. It's just an attempt for people to circumvent. That is the issue right now. You want to dance around it. But INEC is just there watching. Forget about how INEC is put there. Maybe, who put INEC there? If not by the same politicians. But have he been put there, be a man of integrity. And that's why I say Mahmoud is a man of integrity. He's been put there. And he worked hard. Right? So it doesn't matter whatever, provided the laws are there. And then they've interpreted the laws this way. The only person, and when I say person, not human, that can say this is how the law should be, is the judiciary. That is interpreting the law. So this Electoral Act says this. Petitioner, you've not met this. Therefore, the election is credible. And winner, sorry, this election is not credible. These votes you got are illegal votes. I will not be one of those to say the process of putting INEC there is no. Everybody wants to create a name for himself. Everybody wants to create a name for himself. If Mahmoud Yakub meets his God today, God will ask him, how did you conduct elections in Nigeria while you were there? We say, well, I made it impossible for Nigerian politicians to get more votes than the number of voters. That's a major achievement. Yet he was appointed by somebody. He was appointed by a human being. Elections can be credible, irrespective of who appoints the electoral commissioner. It can be credible. Abiola's election, one of the best ever conducted in best ever conducted in Nigeria. Yeah, the government appointed Nwosu. A military administration appointed Nwosu, although he was disgraced. But at the end of the day, he laughed last, because that election is still a watershed in Nigeria. That was the beginning of Muslim ticket. Nigerians didn't care whether a Muslim would be president and a Muslim would be vice. They didn't care. We want Abiola to be president. And it was massive. Again, I'm happy. I'm digressing a little. I'm happy about that. Second time, Muslim ticket. They won again. What is that telling you? That ordinarily, the Nigerian man and mind are not really religious about the people who will lead them. Were you expecting that if Abiola had become the president of Nigeria, he would have Islamized Nigeria? No, he would not have. They read through that. People read through it. People read through Tinubu. This man Muslim, vice president Muslim. Okay, the man is Muslim. Wife is a pastor in Redeem. Vice president Muslim. So how is he going to Islamize his wife? All the years he married Her Excellency Remi Tinubu, he did not Islamize her. Is it before 8 years he was president of Nigeria that he will Islamize the whole of Nigeria when he could not Islamize his house? Fashola could not Islamize his house. So how could he Islamize Lagos State? Fashola's wife was a Christian. He's a Christian. He is a Muslim. The children are Muslim Christians. Nothing. So the issue is, there is nothing to think about our electoral act. Nothing. We should think about ourselves. How we reason. How we do things. It's not right the way we are doing it now. Let us correct us. That's why I always cry to God. We need the hand of God to bring us out from this pit we are falling into. We can get out of it. We can get out of it. If you look at most of the elections, frankly speaking, they spoke the mind of the people. The results spoke the mind of the people. Look at Enugu. Look at Abia. The presidential election at that time spoke the mind of the people. Where Obi could win Lagos. Obi could win Delta. Outside the Southeast states. For the first time. Really, for the first time. Nothing happened. It was okay, but Mahmoud did well then. He did very, very well then. The areas where people didn't win, Mahmoud should die. No, we are moving. Mahmoud should die because he didn't win in a particular place. Mahmoud is good because he won here. I just pity this Mahmoud when he's sleeping. Anywhere he must be sneezing. Everybody must measure the Mahmoud. Toss Mahmoud this way, toss Mahmoud this way. But I am happy. I'm happy that Nigerians are gradually becoming very, very conscious.
Yes, sir. On the stream of consciousness and throwing it a little further, since we are paying attention to how we can remedy things. Former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, had in the recent time posited that the brand of democracy we are practicing don't seem to be working for Africa. And if I could narrow down to Nigeria, what do you make of that assertion?
That's a general confession, like I said by the Anglican Church. Obasanjo has come to confess. He is the author of what is happening. He is the author of what is happening. Garrison commander. He referred to somebody as a garrison commander. He said elections that year was a do-or-die affair. And it was do-or-die. He introduced all this rubbish we are seeing. So, you buy a book by the author or by the title. Maybe you look at table of content to the third way of checking. If it's Obasanjo, hardly do I want to read him. Because he messed us up thoroughly. He will sit in Abuja and say, this is the person, even as slow down as local government councillor. He will dictate from there who will go. Who will go to House of Assembly. Who will become a governor of a state. He's not a Democrat. He's not qualified to talk about democracy. Certainly he's not. He had God's grace through the military. Why? Abiola's election had been annulled. Abiola had died. The Yorubas were angry. What is happening to us in Nigeria? A man won election, very credible election. And then what is it? Okay, Babangida and co. Let's bring our guy in. You packaged him and made him president. And he thoroughly abused the privilege that he got as a president. He abused it. He messed everybody up. He set up the EFCC. Yes, it's good to have such an organization. And told the EFCC whom to investigate and whom not to investigate. Yes, that was what he did. If you disagreed with him politically, you were in trouble. Atiku disagreed with him over top 10. Atiku had to go as far as the Supreme Court to free himself to be able to contest the election, though he lost. If we play politics the way Obasanjo wanted, or I would say wants politics to be played, we would have died by now. Nigeria would have gone under. He's not an example. He certainly is not an example for anybody to refer to when it comes to politics. If this brand of democracy is not working, what does he want? Military democracy? I'm sure if some Nigerians just come together now, go and meet Obasanjo, sir, Nigeria is failing. We need you back. He will use both hands and both legs to take the opportunity to come back and be president of Nigeria. Is he hurting him that is not president for that?
Let's suppose that Obasanjo is not the message did not come from Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and from what you've seen, politics as it's being played in Africa and in our Nigeria, the message had come from possibly anybody you have confidence in his ability to possibly lead. Let's say that came from somebody you have confidence in. The message, let's keep the message outside.
Let's assume it even came from the best Democrat in Nigeria, and not Obasanjo. I will still maintain my stand. There's nothing wrong with the brand of politics, with the kind of democracy we are playing. There's something wrong with the players, and that's why we continue talking. The players are not doing it right, right? The players are dictating who should be candidates. If the people really walk in themselves, you say these are the persons who should be delegates, and you close your eyes, go and get your delegates from the wards, go and get your delegates from the local government, and you do not spend state money to fund who should be delegates from the ward. You do not spend state money to fund who should be delegates from the local government. We'll get it right. And because the man who became a member of the House of Assembly knew how he became a member of the House of Assembly, he is unable to play the brand of democracy that we have. The brand of democracy is excellent. There is nothing wrong with it. Anything can be corrupted. Any kind of government system can be corrupted. This one is just corrupted. We are saying we should work hard. We should work hard to eliminate this corruption or to reduce it to the barest minimum. That is it. So apart from this, is he saying we should go back to a parliamentary system? No. Or we should go to the military system? Certainly not. Now, whether we like it or not, we've made progress. The civilian administration in Nigeria has made progress. Yes, the last 8 years, our road network has been a mess. A complete mess because somebody was not in charge. Right? Nobody was in charge. It has been a mess, and it will take some time to fix the road network. You go to the education system, I beat my chest. We've done very well, and I mean exceedingly well. To the extent that they are saying 4,000 Nigerian doctors are jackpying. They're going to Britain, going to the UK, going to Germany, going to the United States to practice medicine with their very high standards, trained in our Nigerian universities. I mean, we should be proud of ourselves that we trained those doctors. That does not mean there's a shortage of doctors. In Edo and Delta, I like referring to Midwest, there are medical schools. DESU produces, Uniben produces, ECOMA produces, Igbinedio produces. Medical doctors every year, minimum from each of them is 50. Multiply that by the number of medical schools in Nigeria. We keep turning them out, and they are standard. Very qualified. I am proud that Nigerian doctors are accepted in the US. They are accepted in Britain, in Canada, in Germany. They are practicing there. Our engineers are there. Our accountants are there. Rather than being proud of ourselves, we use it against the government. Nigerians are jackpot. Jackpot, now today it starts. Is it today it started? I had somebody from Uwen. He's been in the UK before I was born. He's still there. He's jackpot then. I was born in 1952. He's still there in the UK. When we were in primary school, we saw them traveling abroad. They are there. They are doing well there. You want to bring them back home? No. They are enjoying there. We're also enjoying ourselves here. Right? What a dollar is 1,000 naira. What 1,000 naira can buy in Nigeria, a dollar cannot buy it in the US. The kind of food 1,000 naira will buy in a buka in Nigeria, a dollar will not buy it there. They have their own way, we have our own ways. Let us love our country. And unless we love our country, we cannot change it. If we give up on Nigeria, we cannot change Nigeria. If we give up on Delta State, we cannot change Delta State. Nobody abuses Delta State where I am. Nobody does. If I have my friends from outside Delta State talking about Delta State, I will tell you what Delta State is. That no state in Nigeria has the kind of road network that Delta State has. And I'm not just joking about that. No state in Nigeria has the network of roads that Delta State has. If there are minor issues, we sort them out ourselves. If Delta State was competing with other states, we will stay where we are. But in Delta State, we compete against ourselves. We achieved so much mileage last year. This year, we'll do this. Next year, we should be able to do this. We are not looking at what some other states are doing. They are far behind. But while we are here, we criticize the government. Why? Because we want more. Oh, this fine road, this fine flyover in Warri. We need one in Ughelli now. You understand? Because our state is doing well. We are saying this flyover in NRA, you must bring one to the junction. We are already fighting for that. But if you look at some neighboring states, we will just sleep. We won't do anything. So I love Delta State. I love Nigeria. I cannot do anything. I cannot live better outside Delta State. No, I cannot live better outside Nigeria. Right? But while we are here, we are saying, let's do it this way, it can be better. The major issues we have in Nigeria, apart from political wahala, will be insecurity. Once we are able to solve the problem of insecurity, you see how Nigeria will blossom. Nigeria will blossom. But for this political thing, we'll continue to be on the vanguard. We cannot continue like this. Leave the people to choose their leaders. Leave the local one to choose who should be their councillor, who should be their House of Assembly member, and who should be their delegate to decide who becomes governor. Then the serving governor just relax. Everybody is your child. Serving president, day your day, make we day our day. We are all your citizens. Don't take it upon yourselves that, oh, this was the person you wanted to be governor. He didn't become governor, you will fight. Don't fight the person. He is under you. That person will still come to national meetings where you preside. He gives you due respect. Let it be like that. This is my appeal to Nigerians. Let's get the electoral system right. And then, once we get that one right, once we get the electoral system right, and then the insecurity, we're able to tackle it, and you free the people of this Niger Delta area of killer headsmen. In 3 years, you will see what Nigeria will be. You will see what Nigeria will be, particularly in the area of security. Nigeria is blessed. What is not grown in the north is grown in the south. The mineral not available in the south is available in the north. If we harness them well, we'll get it right. But let us get clear-headed politicians. Very clear-headed politicians who are knowledgeable, who are not thugs, who are not trainers of thugs. Once we get them, we will know where we are going. For me, I'm okay with what is happening so far. I'm a Jagaban man. So what is happening so far? If we follow those policies, look at the policies. Don't say this man is, look at this policy. This policy is this. What is wrong with this policy? Tell us, we'll correct it. In Delta State, what is the policy the state has put in place? You feel it's not right. Tell us, we'll correct it. Don't just say because the governor is this, the policy is wrong. Because the president is this, the policy is wrong. No, that's uncivilized, very, very uncivilized. And that's not what should be.
In the last note, for want of time, we've seen how busy you've become in your farm. You've done excellently in education in Delta State, which has kind of a decentralized management of schools in Delta State. But let's look at the federal government. What are your expectations from Tinubu on federal character composition? Let me not say federal, on true federalism.
True federalism. Ishe Sage, Mayoga, will always correct it, that there's nothing like true federalism or false federalism. It's either federalism or it's not federalism. And what is true federalism? Certain things are centralized. Some go to the periphery. You understand? Too much centralization is not good for us. There are certain things on the exclusive list that should go to the concurrent list, right? Or the rest should go to even to the residual list. He's working on that. He had been an apostle of it. Tinubu has been an apostle of federalism. He has not changed. And let me caution, federalism profits everybody, profits every state, profits every local government. You have power to do this. Supposing education was not on the concurrent list, we will not have the number of universities that we have in Delta State. Let me just use that as an example. We will not have the number of universities that we had in Delta State. We will not have the number of secondary schools we have, the number of primary schools. Suppose all those ones were on the exclusive list. We have to wait for the federal government to set that up. And in spite of the number of universities we have in Delta State, I'm sure you know the number of qualified persons who did well in JAMB, scored 200 and above, that cannot get admission in Nigeria. We are not saying everybody should be a graduate, but whoever wishes to study in the university should be given the opportunity. The space should be there. You go in or you don't go in. It should not be locked. We didn't know, I knew, people didn't know that these 3 universities we established would be filled so soon. They are told that anytime they wanted admission, any admission they will get. No. People still call. Please, sir, can you talk to so Vice Chancellor and so? I say, how they talk to any person again? I'm not tired. Of admission, so. Oh, they are all filled. Because that thing was on the concurrent list. States can establish, individuals can establish. The number of doctors Igbenedion has turned out? Yes, the number of doctors Igbenedion has turned out. The number of lawyers turned out from that university, and Benson Idahosa University. The number of the engineers they have turned out. These boys will probably have been waiting for DERSU, or EPOMA, or Uniben alone, and they cannot cope. Up to now, they cannot cope. We have issues. So, federalism is the way to go. So many states in the north have established their own state universities. They would never have thought about that. But because there is competition, EPOMA established, Delta established, so Kaduna established, Kano established. They are all establishing their state universities. Fantastic. They will turn out doctors. Before you know, those doctors are in the US. I want Nigeria to colonize the world in the area of medicine. Any hospital you go to, there must be in Nigeria. So when you do that, you just shout, the kind of pidgin you speak, the doctor will know, oh, this is not my person from Nigeria. What is your problem? They colonized us. We are now colonizing them educationally. That thing sweetens me every day I hear it. Nigerian doctors are going in droves. We train them to go and save lives anywhere and everywhere. They are there. Let us jubilate. If not for federalism, we will not have that many number of doctors. Maybe we just concentrate on UI, ABU, Lagos, Ife, Benin. How many would those ones fill? 250 per year. No. Now, total number of doctors trained in Nigeria per year, thousands. And I mean thousands of them. Some are employed here, some are outside. Is it only doctors that are outside? Our mechanics, our boys are driving outside. They are drivers outside and they drive very well. Canada needs them. Many countries need them to drive where? There are healthcare attendants there are mortuary attendants, not just doctors. Not just doctors. There are those who work in vehicle factories. Be proud of yourself when you go outside and you say Nigerian, here. Be very proud. These are we trained them. I always say we trained them. So where you people say, if conditions were good here, they will not come here. If conditions were good in their country, why are Chinese here? If conditions were good in the US, why do we have the engineers here? Same thing in Britain and Germany. Don't we have them here? If it was so good for Julius Berger, then why are they here? It's the same thing. The engineers are here, our engineers are there. Their doctors are here, our doctors are there. Meaning we can exchange, because we are equal. Let us celebrate what we have achieved. Back to federalism is the way to go. And that is where we are going. You will be shocked in the next few months. There will be statements of federalism. Not true federalism. Because there's nothing like true or false federalism according to Professor Sage SAN.
All right. So thank you very much for availing us this time. We look forward to seeing when you could still spare time from your farm to come and be with us.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank God.
Okay.